ABC 7 Bangor.
This is ABC 7 News at Noon.
Maine's Attorney General says 2 state troopers were justified in their use of deadly force when they shot and killed a Pittsfield man in February. Good afternoon, I'm Susan Farley. Also, a woman who was found guilty of killing her 7-week-old child in 2017 was back in court on Wednesday. We'll take a look. And yesterday, President Biden announced the canceling of $10,000 in federal student loans for most borrowers. That's coming up along with the rest of our stories. Thank you for joining us this afternoon. First, let's check in with meteorologist Devin Biggs. Happy Thursday, Devin.
All righty, happy Thursday afternoon. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Luigi and Fredericks, across from Eastern Maine Medical Center, serving the greater Bangor area for over 65 years. All righty, we had some fog earlier this morning, but look at this. It's cleared out very fast, so things have finally calmed down, though, so everything will be looking pretty good out there as that fog has since gotten out of here. They're still showing that dense fog advisory. That got dropped at 8 a.m., so things are starting to look a lot better for us now, though. It was just that little area that was under that advisory earlier this morning, but now things are starting to look pretty good as we're seeing a decent amount of sunshine for now, but clouds are going to be moving in, as we're going to be watching another system moving in from the west to the east, as high pressure is not too far away, but here's that next system, that'll begin to move in with a small chance for a few showers and maybe a rumble of thunder across the southern parts of the state later on this afternoon. So Futurecast shows that a mostly cloudy sky in a few spots, chances for showers and storms along and south of Bangor, but the clouds really begin to move in later on today, though, especially into tonight, though, and of course we have to watch for a little bit of fog in some spots as well. As for the wind, not too bad, though, out of the northwest at about 5 miles per hour in a few spots of the wind, not looking too ridiculous as we move forward for the next few days. Before today, though, here we are, mostly cloudy, a few thunderstorms to the south, highs in the low 80s, and northwest wind getting up to about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Later on site, a few thunderstorms early, lows in the upper 50s, and becoming partly cloudy with more dense fog, and the wind overall looking nice and calm. Hourly forecast for the rest of the afternoon period showing a mixture of clouds and sunshine, chances for thunderstorms across our southern areas. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up.
Thank you, Devin. Today, Maine's Attorney General says 2 state troopers were justified in their use of deadly force when they shot and killed a Pittsfield man in February. According to the Attorney General's report, the parents of 27-year-old Gregory LaSalle told Pittsfield police he was out of control and had threatened them with a tire iron and a fire poker. They opted to stay in a hotel the night of the incident. Police say his parents told them that when they returned to their home the next day, February 25th, Gregory insisted his father read to him from the Bible, and when he stopped, LaSalle told his father the dog had to die. The report says LaSalle then ran upstairs to retrieve a gun, and his father took the dog outside. While outside, LaSalle's father said he heard a gunshot from inside the residence, and when he went back in, his son was pointing a gun at him. His parents told police that's when LaSalle turned the rifle toward his mother, who was on the phone with 911. They were able to escape after getting the gun away from him, and a police standoff ensued. Police say LaSalle eventually came out of the house armed and fired at officers during a scuffle over the gun. A Palmyra man was arrested Wednesday in connection with an armed robbery that happened in Winslow over the weekend. 30-year-old Dustin Smith was arrested by state police at his workplace at 10:30 in the morning. He's facing numerous charges, including robbery, theft, aggravated assault, and criminal threatening with a dangerous weapon. Just after 6 Sunday night, Winslow police responded to Abbott Road for a reported robbery. Chief Leonard McDade says the suspects fled the scene before officers arrived. He says the alleged victim, Smith, and a female all arrived at the crime scene together. He says Smith allegedly pointed a handgun at the victim and ordered him out of the car. Once outside the car, Smith allegedly had the victim remove his clothes, then fired the gun and assaulted the victim, causing facial injuries. McDade says the suspect allegedly left with an undisclosed amount of cash. The victim was taken to a Waterville hospital to be treated for his injuries and released Sunday night. A woman who was found guilty of killing her 7-week-old child back in 2017 was in court on Wednesday. Madeline Gernhardt has more.
Miranda Hopkins, who was found guilty of manslaughter in 2017, returned to Waldo County Superior Court to argue she received insufficient counsel. Hopkins claims that the investigation was inadequate, citing her use of marijuana was misrepresented, as well as post-verdict misconduct and improper preparation for sentencing. Hopkins's defense attorneys from the 2017 trial were called as witnesses and were questioned on the lack of investigation of Hopkins's former husband.
I mean, I don't have a specific recollection of the conversations as I see it right now, but
The prosecution argued Hopkins had not previously alleged that the husband was involved, and that the lock systems installed on the trailer where they lived were never a concern to Hopkins. Hopkins herself took the stand as a witness to speak to the nature of the security system which her former husband had installed in the trailer where the family lived. Hopkins also testified regarding her medicinal marijuana use and the alleged ineffective nature of her preparation for sentencing. Hopkins expressed remorse for her statement of apology during that sentencing.
I'm still finding out to this day how this has hurt people and affected people. And I'm sorry, it's not good. I'm sorry I said it.
Wednesday's hearing was the first of a two-day hearing. Proceedings will continue Thursday at Waldo County Court. In Belfast, Madeline Gernhard, ABC7 and Fox 22.
The latest announcement by President Joe Biden is sending major financial relief to more than 40 million Americans who could see their student loan reduced and in many cases erased completely at the expense of taxpayers. The president is canceling $10,000 in federal student loans for most borrowers. That amount goes up to $20,000 for Pell Grant recipients. ABC's M. Nguyen has the latest from Washington.
This morning, financial relief for millions of Americans. President Joe Biden announcing he'll wipe out $10,000 in federal student debt for most borrowers, fulfilling a key campaign promise.
The weight was lifted off my shoulders, mostly for my parents because it stresses them out.
Loan forgiveness for anyone making less than $125,000 a year or couples making less than $250,000.
I feel like it gives a relief for people that actually need it.
Biden also canceling up to $20,000 for recipients of Pell Grants, a move the NAACP is praising.
There's still more to be done, but this is a great step in the right direction.
But not everyone is on board.
Why forgive loans that someone is knowingly, they're signing something saying that I'm taking on this debt, I'm responsible for this debt, and then complain after they pick a job that doesn't pay their debt.
Republicans echoing that sentiment. Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell calling it a slap in the face to every family who sacrificed to save for college, every graduate who paid their debt. Other critics say the plan will fuel inflation. The White House, though, quick to compare the plan to the financial assistance loans businesses got during the pandemic, many of which were later granted loan forgiveness. 43 million Americans have federal student debt with an average balance of almost $38,000. A third of them owe less than $10,000.
People can finally crawl out from under that mountain of debt.
I was telling my coworkers, like, hey, look at this. I'm like free of debt. I'm free of debt.
Biden is also extending a pandemic-era pause on federal student loan payments until the end of the year for what he called the final time. As for student loan forgiveness, those interested should keep an eye out on the federal student aid website.
Coming up on ABC 7 News at noon, the University of Maine unveiled the latest addition to its Orono campus Wednesday. When we return, we'll take a look.
Big trucks rule the road. They're dangerous, and they can cause big, bad injuries. But the big trucking companies don't stand a chance against me. These companies have big insurance policies, and if you're hurt by one of these big boys, I'll fight to make them pay up for you. I'm Jim with Lowry & Associates. If you've been hurt by a big truck, call the twos. We win for you.
Hurt by a big truck? Come out on top. Call the twos. Call 222-2222.
In life, many things matter. Black lives matter. Asian and Caucasian lives matter. Police officers and firefighters matter. Youngsters and senior citizen lives matter. Think about it. Every life matters. And it all begins, first in Maine and everywhere, when the protection of the unborn matters.
General Rental Center has been serving Central Maine for more than 30 years with an extensive inventory, including mini track loaders with attachments, full-size track skid steer, track loader and backhoe, wheel loader with attachments, a 50-foot towable aerial lift, and a 45-foot self-propelled four-wheel drive lift. If you can't find it on our website, we can find it for you. Call for multi-day and weekend special rates. ABC 7, Fox 22, and Refinement Day Spa want to send you to see Jason Aldean live in concert on his Rock and Roll Cowboy Tour with special guests Tracy Lawrence and John Morgan, Saturday, September 10th at the Main Savings Amphitheater in Bangor. Sign up to win tickets by registering at Refinement Day Spa in Herman, where our goal is to make you feel the best you that we can, offering waxing, facials, hair and barbering, color, nails, tanning, and massages. Win tickets to see Jason Aldean September 10th on the Bangor waterfront.
I have to know whether you did $900 worth of work for them.
At least, Your Honor, yes.
He bent over backwards to drum up business for this chiropractor.
You'll see completed social media, completed articles, completed videos. I was at their beck and call whenever they needed me.
You gave them a bad review.
Yes.
But was she asking for the impossible?
She told me to get her on Oprah.
I would love to see that. And, sir, the $5 grand is yours. Get me the email.
Next, Judge Judy.
Thursday at 5, only on ABC 7.
You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
$5.8 million in federal grant funding is heading to Maine. Senators Susan Collins and Angus King announced Wednesday the economic and infrastructure grants will be going to 10 towns and organizations in Maine. The money comes from the Northern Border Regional Commission. The grants will be used to replace aging water infrastructure, improve roadways, enhance rural broadband access, and support small businesses. The University of Maine unveiled the latest addition to its Orono campus Wednesday. Devin Dagno has more.
After years of work, the University of Maine has opened the doors of the E. James and Eileen P. Furland Engineering, Education, and Design Center. Dean of Engineering Dana Humphreys says the university has constructed this new engineering center not only to improve the education of its current students, but also to attract current and future engineers to the state.
Maine desperately needs more engineering and computing professionals. And what this building does, it will both attract students here to want to study engineering and computing, and it will help us do an even better job educating those students.
Each floor of the center has been outfitted to serve a different aspect of engineering. The first floor features a cafe, laboratories, common areas, and several workshops for students to meet and collaborate on work with each other and their professors. The second and third floors will become the new homes for the mechanical and bioengineering faculty and classrooms.
That we have a resource and an asset here that is best in class, that the state of Maine needs to be proud of what we have here, and our legislature and 2 governors have supported this work as well as so many others. And we are very excited about the kinds of partnerships we'll make throughout the state with this building at the center.
The University of Maine is wasting no time putting the Design Center to use and will be having students attend classes as early as 8 a.m. on Monday morning. Good luck to them. In Orono, I'm Devin Dagnall, reporting for ABC 7 Fox 22.
With Thursday's business news, here's Leo Jonathan.
The Labor Department has been juggling their jobs numbers and now says in the first 3 months of this year, employers added 462,000 more jobs than previously reported. The Dow gained 0.2% Wednesday. The S&P finished up 0.3%. NASDAQ added 0.4%. Fed Chair Jerome Powell is set to speak on interest rates at a conference in Wyoming tomorrow. You can now purchase a Peloton bike or treadmill through Amazon. Until now, the only way to buy from Peloton was through its website or at one of its stores. And Americans are cutting back a bit when it comes to their pets. Retailer Petco says Americans are still buying pet food, but the sales of supplies and pets themselves has slowed to 3%, the slowest since early 2021. I'm Leo Jonathan with Thursday's Business on ABC 7.
Coming up, the Belfast Veterans of Foreign Wars Post will be holding a first-ever massive auction to help raise funds. We'll have the details when we return. We'll be right back.
The signs of summer are here. The sun's out for the evening commute. Whistles and clapping echo from the ball field. And a day at the lake brings the family together. Valley Home Services offers whole home comfort, serving northern Maine to Portland. With the push of a button on a Fujitsu heat pump, you're ready for whatever summer brings. Humid days or cool nights, come home to comfort with Valley Home Services. Home is our middle name.
I know there's conflicting information about Dupuytren's contracture.
I thought I couldn't get treatment yet.
Well, people may think that their contracture has to be severe to be treated, but it doesn't. If you can't lay your hand flat on the table, Talk to a hand specialist.
But what if I don't want surgery?
Well, then you should find a hand specialist certified to offer non-surgical treatments.
What's the next step?
Visit findahandspecialist.com today to get started.
Dine on the deck with a delicious view at the Lucerne Inn and Ryan's Pub, now open. Experience outdoor dining at its finest 7 days a week with award-winning dishes from their executive chef, Arturo Montes. Dining on the deck at Ryan's Pub is an unforgettable culinary experience you'll want to share with your family, friends, business partners, or that special someone. Your next visit to the Lucerne Inn will feel like the first all over again.
Ace Roofing, proudly serving the Central Maine area. Book now before snowy weather. Call 207-949-6694 for superior quality, service, and workmanship. Ace Roofing.
Caswell's Grocery Liquidation, where you shop first. Shop local. Great savings and selection. It's worth the trip. You won't be disappointed.
Your dollar goes a long, 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 long way at Caswell.
This week on Wheel, we're celebrating the great outdoors. That's worth at least 3 of those. And these nature lovers
love getting outside, backpacking,
camping, hiking, are looking for adventure.
Perfect for our outdoor week.
Plus, Pat tells a campfire tale.
I have a bird story
That leaves Vanna.
He died?
In stitches. All this week on Wheel of Fortune.
Weekdays at 7 on ABC 7.
The Southwest Harbor Public Library is offering a series of media literacy courses during the month of September. As part of the National Digital Equity Center programs, the Southwest Harbor Library will be offering multi-day classes on email basics and iPhone basics. The courses are free and open to the public. However, the capacity of the email basics course will be limited to 6. Kate McMullen, the Director of Communications and Technology at the library, says the programs are important to the community.
Got all sorts of, versions and apps and things like that. But really, it's even just getting to how do I get to my email on my phone? How do I get Wi-Fi? And these things are essential today. You can't do anything without them.
The first of the email basics courses will take place September 1st. The iPhone basics course starts on September 12th. The Belfast Veterans of Foreign Wars Post will be holding a first-ever auction to help local veterans in need. It takes place Saturday. Registration begins at noon and ends at 1 o'clock. Then the bidding begins. The proceeds will benefit the VFW's Relief Fund, which helps vets in need pay their bills and meet basic everyday needs. The commander says the mission of the VFW is to honor the dead by helping the living. They are anticipating a difficult year with increased community needs, so they hope folks will come to the auction, bid on items, and make donations.
There's a little something for everybody at the auction. There's toys, there's kitchen items, there's grills, tools. We're hoping people come in. We'll be accepting all kinds of payments, including cash, checks, credit cards. So we're hoping everybody comes in and enjoys the day and helps us help each other.
Roberts says local businesses have generously donated new and used items for auction. Again, registration begins at noon, and the folks will have an hour to view the items up for auction. Food and beverages will also be available. Many Americans are taking up e-cigarettes as they try to reduce risks associated with traditional smoking. In a new study, researchers find there is no heart benefit to the use of e-cigarettes. With more, here's ABC's M. Nguyen.
Smoking has many known side effects, ranging from lung cancer to heart disease. In an effort to avoid some of those side effects, many Americans have taken to e-cigs. But new data shows this alternative does not reduce risks for heart disease. Researchers from Boston University School of Public Health looked at 32,000 adult smokers in the U.S. They found no significant difference in heart outcomes between traditional cigarettes and e-cigarettes. Experts suspect many traditional smokers who try to stop smoking by replacing traditional cigarettes with e-cigs run the risk of becoming dual users, which could lead to more risks. Researchers suggest those who are interested in quitting tobacco use talk to their doctor to discuss safer options like patches, gums, or medication. With this Medical Minute, I'm M. Nguyen.
The endangered piping plover has had a record year here in Maine. Maine Audubon says when they first started protecting them back in 1981, there were only 10 known nesting pairs in Maine. Now there are 140 nesting pairs, which fledged 252 chicks this year. That's way up from last year's previous high, which was 125 nesting pair. Despite the success, they say the conservation efforts are not over.
These birds are unique in that they need sandy beaches in order to nest and raise their young. So as long as there are people on the beach doing things, there's always going to be some effort needed to make sure that people and plovers can share the beach. But I think the most exciting thing is seeing that we can do that.
She credits the high numbers in part to the volunteers on beaches who educate the public about the birds. When we return, Devin Biggs-Hasher, 5-day forecast.
How much does it cost you to use an ATM? How does $0 sound? Get cash and forget the surcharge fees with Maine Credit Union's Surf ATM network. Find over 250 surcharge-free ATMs at mainecreditunions.org.
Feel the difference of alpaca apparel from the Blue Alpaca Ranch and Store in Belfast. Stop by their ranch location to interact with these amazing animals and enjoy the beautiful Maine outdoors with your very own alpaca walk. Shop in-store or online today and take advantage of their free nationwide shipping. With their incredible selection of socks, sweaters, hats, and more, experience the unique qualities that alpaca fiber brings with the Blue Alpaca. Feel the difference.
I got certified as a crash reconstructionist in 2005. I've investigated 150 crashes. 90% of those are speed related.
Vehicle rolled over several times.
When vehicles approach 30 miles an hour over the speed limit, the injuries start getting more serious to the point of being fatal. It's scary how fast someone's life can be altered forever just by driving a little bit too fast. The old adage is speed kills. It is absolutely the case.
For the first half of his life, Ed Bushy hid his inability to read from everyone until a crisis led him to confront his secret. So he called literacy volunteers at Bangor. He got a tutor and he learned to read. For the rest of his life, Ed promoted literacy to anyone who would listen. Ed's granddaughter, Kayla, was listening. Her grandfather's story inspired her to volunteer as a literacy tutor. Like Kayla, you can help us reach and teach people like Ed. The need is great, especially now. Become a tutor with literacy volunteers today.
Finding a surcharge-free ATM just got easier. Maine Credit Unions have the largest surcharge-free ATM network in Maine with over 250 locations. Save money today. Surf ATMs at mainecreditunions.org.
Over the summer and right through the fall, we're all in search of meals that are quick, easy, and budget-friendly. So to help you out, we're sharing a recipe that always earns rave reviews. In fact, it's typically the first dish to go. It must be because it's so different, colorful, and downright delicious. We begin by crumbling about 6 corn muffins. You can either bake these yourself or pick them up at your market's bakery. We'll layer half of these in the bottom of a large glass bowl. On top of that goes a layer of pinto beans that we've rinsed and drained, followed by a layer of chopped green peppers in our homemade ranch dressing. And it doesn't stop there. Some thawed corn goes on next, followed by chopped tomatoes, bacon, and the rest of the crumbled corn muffins. Right before serving, we finish it off with more dressing, some shredded Mexican cheese blend, and a handful of sliced scallions. If this doesn't say come and get it, then I don't know what does. It's colorful, it's tasty, and it feeds a crowd. And no one will ever know how budget-friendly and easy it is to make. To get the recipe for our Mexican cornbread salad, simply visit our website. I'm Howard in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found the stacked fiesta way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
Now here's a look at some of the upbeat stories making headlines today.
Dinosaur footprints that date back over 113 million years have been discovered in a shrinking river in Dinosaur Valley State Park near Fort Worth. Park Superintendent Jeff Davis says the tracks came from an Acrocanthosaurus, a large meat eater. The California Air Resources Board is running an operation at the Port of Los Angeles. Exhaust collected from each semi-truck is run through a portable emissions acquisition system, also known as PEAKS. The trucks are inspected and the drivers are fined. And a cream-filled croissant called the Supreme is online, going viral. The creation is the work of Scott Seo, the executive pastry chef at New York's Lafayette Grand Cafe and Bakery. He says he didn't know the Supreme was viral. The bakery makes 240 Supremes a day, but they're limited to one per customer, and they sell out within the first hour. And those are some of the other stories making headlines on ABC 7.
Acadia National Park is expecting high visitation over Labor Day weekend. Visitors are advised to plan ahead and expect long lines. Park staff ask for visitors to only park in designated parking spaces. Recreation.gov can assist patrons with vehicle and camping reservations. For more information on Acadia National Park, call 288-3338. Now let's check your full forecast with Devin Biggs. It is Thursday, Devin.
All righty, happy Thursday afternoon. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Scotch Recreation, New England's largest trailer dealer, home of Maine's lowest camper and tractor prices, with locations in Turner, Manchester, Herman, and Orono, Maine. The fog has since gotten out of here, so the visibility levels are looking so much better. It was covering a good part of the viewing area earlier this morning, making travel very tricky and even prompted a dense fog advisory that just got dropped at 8 o'clock across our southern counties, though. Actually got extended to about 9 o'clock a little while back as well for the southern parts of the viewing area, though, so that got dropped earlier today. So now with that done, the fog is getting out of here, and we're going to be watching for a chance for a few showers and a few rumbles of thunder for the northwest, the south, and east later on today, but mainly along and south of Bangor will have the best opportunity for a few showers and a few rumbles of thunder that may try to develop along this system right here that'll begin to move in soon. High pressure is not too far away either, so most of us will be pretty decent, but again, we'll have to watch for clouds and a small chance for a few showers and storms along and south of Bangor. Wave heights are not too bad right now at around 2 to 3 feet according to the buoys out there. No small kite advisories in effect at this point, though, and the winds won't be too bad either for today. Maybe a quick gust up to 10 miles per hour, becoming very still later tonight, then a few gusts up to 15, maybe getting close to 20 miles per hour, not out of the question for the daytime tomorrow. Our average high is 78 degrees. We'll be in the lower 80s today, middle 70s by Friday and Saturday, lower 80s by Sunday, Monday, even into your Tuesday, and falling back by Wednesday into the upper 70s. Alrighty, though, so your muggy mirrors showing dew points that'll be kind of stable into the 60s and getting even into the middle 60s for a few of us today and tomorrow. Then later into tomorrow and Saturday, we start to fall back into more comfortable territory. Then by Monday, or I should say Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, dew points in the 60s and possibly 70s will soon be on the way. Futurecast increasing clouds today with a chance for showers and storms along and south of Bangor. We'll get that out of here as things start to calm down later tonight. We have clouds and plenty of fog that will try to sneak in later on tonight, so another foggy start for the daytime tomorrow, then showers and storms possible during the afternoon period for a Friday, lingering into parts of Friday night as well. Then things will start to calm down a little bit as we head towards your Saturday. As for rainfall, plenty of rainfall on the way, though, with up to maybe a half an inch in a few spots before we're all finished up. Maybe even in some isolated areas of up to an inch in some spots. So for today, though, mostly cloudy, a few thunderstorms to the south. Highs in the low 80s and northwest wind getting up to about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Later on tonight, upper 50s, a few thunderstorms early, then dense fog and a partly cloudy sky too, and the wind overall looking nice and calm. For tomorrow, afternoon showers and thunderstorms, highs in the mid-70s, that south wind getting up to about 5 to 10 miles per hour. All right, here's a look at your Scott's Recreation extended forecast Saturday. Partly cloudy, highs in the mid-70s, lower 80s on Sunday with a mostly sunny sky, and partly cloudy on Monday, highs in the low 80s.
Thank you, Devin. It's been a little wet out there the last couple of days when I've been out walking the dog in the morning, but it was quite pleasant this morning. Thanks for watching ABC 7 News at noon. That's all for us. I'm Susan Farley. We'll see you this evening with Peter Dubois and Beth Jones on ABC 7 News at 6. Have a great afternoon.
Welcome to Montana, a place where the horizon